Hey, it's Don McLaughlin, founder of Burned Out to Bulletproof. I'm up here on a late Friday on Emerald Mountain outside of Steamboat Springs, Colorado, my hometown. And I am hitting the reset button. And uh, this is a way in which I do so. And it took me hitting rock bottom in late 2012 to recognize the ways in which I was overly consumed in my work and my business, and it drove me to dark places. And when I committed to coming out and disconnecting on a regular basis, I noticed three significant things. The first is that my no surprise, perhaps, my level of stress just dropped, not all at once, but over time. I just noticed that I was less amped all day. And I think it was this coming out and just giving myself space, and also being out in nature, in whatever form, whether that's a city park, but for me, out here on a mountain and running. So it really provided that stress reduction. The second is that invariably, I would, dread it at times, but I just remain committed and just get out there more than anything else. Take action. Seemingly also reinforced positive changes that and habits that I was instituting in my life and in my lifestyle, in my way of leading. So the second thing is, again, it reinforced some positive traits around just sticking to the plan and continuing with it consistently. And sure, at times I'd miss a day here or there, and I only went a couple times a week, but I would ensure that I wouldn't let too much time go by without, again, stepping away to disconnect. And what does that look like? Half hour. 45 minutes, an hour, to just be out and disconnected from devices, from the information overload that we're exposed to every single day. And the third thing that I noticed, this disconnecting delivered such massive returns, is on just creativity. And new solutions started to appear to old, stale, persistent problems. And I think it's a combination of the movement of just walking or running that gets the juices flowing, as cliche as that sounds. But it works. And I think we hear about that from very creative people in the arts, in business. Steve Jobs reportedly, walking was the way he worked through so many things, and he's not alone. There are so many others, right? So the third real benefit is that boosting creativity, innovation, just new ideas would surface without even me, forcing them. They would just sort of bubble up. And what a difference that made in my feeling re-engaged and re-energized with my business on a regular basis, compared to when I didn't disconnect on a regular basis, and instead I just plowed ahead day after day, and I just felt so frustrated with coming up against the same problems and not really having good solutions to those problems, or even options. So again, disconnecting, in my experience, coming out and hitting the reset button, even just for 30 minutes or an hour on a regular basis, 2-3 times a week, delivers these huge returns. I invite you and encourage you to just commit to a 30-day period where you get out and disconnect for, again, shoot for 30 minutes at a time, twice a week. Put it in your calendar, or mentally note what day and time you're gonna go out and disconnect, and just notice over the course of weeks. Again, this is not a once and done. This is an ongoing thing. So here I am, 10, 12 years later, and this remains an active practice for me to disconnect, and in that way regain clarity and new ideas, reduce my level of stress, and reinforced positive patterns and habits that I know have made me a far better performer as a leader, as a father, and certainly as an athlete as well. All right, look forward to catching up real soon.